or something on the other.
Yeah. I love that. It's just like a hint of chaos in your everyday wear.
And we're live, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Welcome to the second episode of the Anime Panel. I'm your host, Alberto, and we're going to start off with introductions again, starting with some new people today. Left to right again with...
So I'm Mac. You know, it's
All right,
Yeah.
Mac. All right. Where are you from, Mac?
I'm from Lowell.
Oh, got it. Again, I'm Alberto. We got...
I am again Asher, born and raised in Indiana.
I'm Maddie. We're both from Valpo.
And on the far right, we got...
You cannot see me, but I'm Drew. I'm over here. I just moved out here from Arizona.
Sweet.
And she's going to be the one looking up stuff for us while we talk as well. So, all right, we're going to start off with the podcast with a little anime news.
Yeah, there's some unfortunate news in the anime world today. So there was an editor at Kodansha that just got confirmed guilty for murdering his wife, and he got sentenced to 11 years in prison.
After appealing on it twice.
Yeah, the event happened back in 2016, and he just got just finished out his case.
Yeah.
Yeah, which a lot of people online are using the fact that he worked on famous animes like Attack on Titan and Seven Deadly Sins as clickbait. It's oh, this guy, because when Maddie first saw it, she was like, the creator of Attack on Titan just went to prison, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
'cause the
immediately
article I
went to
saw-
Google, and I was like, Hajime Isayama, jail, question mark? And then I got the article about the editor, and I was
Yep.
we're good.
Yeah, when I clicked on it, I was like, what? Attack on Titan? I looked at it, and they just kept saying,
Seven Deadly Sins.
the editor of the Seven Deadly Sins. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
It was not Hajime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
something like
manga
that.
editor specifically, too.
It was an editor that worked at Kodansha, and they've worked on and touched a couple of episodes here and there, but
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, that's a really bad news.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is definitely unfortunate news. He tried to plead that it was an accident or she did it to herself, but she was at the bottom of the stairs, choked her, and it's
Yeah, there was
Bro, what do
neighbors
you-
complaining about noise.
yeah, what do you want us to say here? 1 + 1 = 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can try to appeal it as many times as you want, but with the amount of evidence that was present, it's not hard to convict. We'll argue this to death, and you're going to pay a lot of money for it, but you're still going to jail.
I just wonder what's been going on, because this all started in 2016. I wonder what he's been doing,
Yeah.
if he has been.
He's
you know.
been sweating.
Yeah.
He's been working on
it all
that,
cut. All of the mics cut, or is
Yeah,
it just mine?
it's still recording. We
It's
still
still
hear
recording.
it.
Yeah,
Okay, it's just
that,
mine.
Yeah. No, everybody can't hear it, but that's besides the point. We're still recording.
Cool.
Yeah.
That didn't happen last time. I'm sorry.
You
Don't
I
worry
think
about
I think
it,
I
don't worry
laughed
about
too hard and it kind of that was on me. Maybe a recap of what happened last. Not
Well,
what
what were we
happened
supposed to
last.
watch last time?
Yeah, so what we were supposed to watch last time, we ended up watching the Suicide Squad Isekai.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you guys think of that? Were we all caught up on it?
I don't think Mac has seen all of it yet.
No,
but
I haven't got a
I've
chance to start it
seen
yet.
a little
No, not-
trailer, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you caught up?
I'm all caught up.
Yeah, we're all caught up.
Maddie learned that a lot of the voice actors in that in particular are in a bunch of famous stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot to screenshot all of that, but that's okay. But I know that the voice actor for Jiraiya and the voice actor for Orochimaru are both in Suicide Squad.
There's a big one about Harley Quinn. The voice actor for Harley Quinn was something else.
Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Or can you look it up?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Voice
We'll
actor
find it
for
soon.
Suicide Squad, Isekai. What other big things?
They were
she was
the
in?
dub actors. Were the ones.
For Harley Quinn?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dub
Or no,
actors?
no, I'm
it
sorry.
No,
the
it was
sub.
the-
I,
It was
I
the
don't
sub.
even
It was
think
the sub
the dub
actors.
that.
There was a couple of cool double actors, but the cool ones were the sub.
There we go. This is what we're talking about right here. Suicide Squad Isekai.
There's a voice acting wiki that you can search by anime, and it'll give you all of the
Oh, this is
voice actors
Behind the
too.
voice actors. That's what I'm on right now.
So you guys are giving me behind the voice actors?
Yeah, that. I was gonna say that or the voice acting wiki.
Voice acting wiki.
Yeah, either one of those would usually show it.
You guys are giving me new things to look at. The English voiceover wiki?
Yeah, probably that one, because that one would say. If we're looking for the dub.
Oh, we're
No,
looking for
no,
the
no.
sub.
Or the sub.
actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, behind the voice actors would give you that.
Food Wars. She's now. I haven't seen Hulk, but she's in Hulk.
Suicide Squad Isekai in
Yeah, yeah,
particular. Because there is the other Suicide Squad animated series, which is very good.
I see behind the voice
I have not
actors.
watched that one yet.
It's actually pretty good. I like it. They make Bane like a lovable idiot, unfortunately, though. Like, he's just a big goof.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. She's Riko in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
There we go.
I remember that. Yes, her.
Yeah. So these are all of the things she's in. So she's in a handful of stuff, different video games. But if you keep going, so many ads.
Oh, my love
Cyberpunk
story.
Edge Runners.
Yeah.
But it
is-
Isabella.
Okay.
And
Maddie,
what
this is
about-
kind of like something you and me were talking about at work earlier
go
today,
on.
where we
Yeah.
were like,
Right
if you watch anime,
the
like
Star Plasma Vessel.
me and Maddie were talking about at work yesterday or
Today.
earlier today about how like if you watch anime, no matter what you watch, you're always gonna run into the same voice actors across
you-
both
you
like
just don't know it.
dub and sub. Like, I was watching Bungo Stray Dogs today, and I was just sitting there, and like, I was just like not paying attention, and I was like, Hisoka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Dude, Bungo Stray Dog's such a good
Yeah.
anime.
there's one voice actor. He played a lot of stuff, but he is one of the. Have you seen Chainsaw Man?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that Makima hired to like train up Denji in power, basically like beats them to a pulp and murders them over and over again. The Japanese voice actor for him, he is in so much stuff. Like, he is regarded as like having a great voice. I'll know his face
But
when I
yeah.
see him. Keep going.
And then the person who voices Clayface in Suicide Squad is also in Mobile Suit Gundam,
So
the
many
newest
characters I
movie that
forgot
came
about
out.
in this anime.
Also in Blue Exorcist, Persona 5, Seven Deadly Sins.
I don't think I've seen him yet. Keep going.
Seen who?
The voice actor I'm looking for. Keep going. He's later in the series. What? That can't be it.
I like how the giant zombie has a name.
Okay, maybe I missed him. I didn't recognize his picture. Because like I'm forgetting other characters he's done, but overall a great anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guess who the Japanese voice actor for Peacemaker also voices?
Oh yes, this one was
Ooh.
crazy.
Toji.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Jujutsu Kaisen. Also in Mobile Suit Gundam. Like, a lot of these people come from Mobile Suit Gundam, which is funny.
You know what has a very, at least with dubs, has a very large, like if you look into
Kishibe.
other things.
Kishibe is
Oh, yeah.
who he voices.
But Sailor Moon is another one that like all of the voice actors
Right.
and everything are always in everything.
Yup.
Oh, that's the English.
There's English.
There we go.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
He is in everything.
He is in,
is in everything.
literally everything.
He was also Nanami Kento.
Yeah.
How could I forget that? He is in so many things. Ooh. Apologies, everyone.
Oh, Tower of God.
Yeah.
Such a good one.
The second season for that just started
Resident
too.
Evil 4,
Did it?
Mhm.
Oh, sweet.
I think there's 2 or 3 episodes out now.
Cyberpunk
I need
Edge
to
Runners,
contact.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. He's in a One Piece film. He's in Full
Oh.
Metal Alchemist. He plays Maze Hughes. Yeah.
Wait, he's in Jujutsu Kaisen too?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
That's Nanami.
That's
so,
wild.
So many things. Like, that's what I'm saying. He was in the
Oh,
Bell
he was in
movie.
Bell.
movie?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was in the movie we were talking about.
Did you end up seeing it?
Not yet.
Not yet? It's
yeah.
good.
He's in Gundam. Yeah, this man.
Monster Hunter Rise? Oh, no way.
And
Wait,
we're
the
only
house
back
husband?
to 2021. Like,
This is like
his career is just like voice acting anime. He is the it guy. He's in Seven Deadly Sins.
Wait, wasn't Monster Hunter coming out with an anime show right now?
I think so. He's in Fairy Tail.
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about Fairy Tail
There you
last
go.
time.
Here's in Food Wars.
yes, dude.
He's
JJ,
he's
My Hero.
Overhaul.
My hero
And-
just. Oh, nice.
She's
Oh yeah, that's the one. So
ID Invader, nice. That's a good one too.
He was the Japanese voice actor for Norman
there's-
Reedus in Death Stranding.
That's crazy.
Wow.
so in the newest episode,
Fantastic.
For Suicide Squad, they brought out the Thinker.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who the voice actor for the Thinker was?
Who?
That's Jiraiya.
Was that?
The guy
Yup.
that voiced Jiraiya.
Oh wow,
Isn't that crazy?
that is crazy.
Yeah, voice can do many things. Many things.
Oh god.
And then was it Enchantress also?
I don't
that
think
episode?
I don't think we figured out who the voice
Because I don't think they
actress
said
was.
her name, but I'm like 95% sure. Of course, it could be somebody else with green magic. But
Okay, without spoiling
No,
much
she's
from
in
the Suicide,
Fire
the
Emblem.
Suicide Squad Isekai for Mac, what do you guys thought about what Enchantress said about we're only using them?
Yeah, they really changed some things. So, well, we should talk about the show overall before we get to like the latest episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Well, the whole reason is because you haven't started it yet,
you know,
right?
but you guys are good. Like, go for it.
Okay.
if anything, it's probably just going to make you excited about it.
like
Yeah.
I said, I don't think that anything like crazy spoilery has happened yet.
No.
Because we're just now figuring out what this universe is.
Yeah.
True, true.
Like they're introducing us to this world, and I've really liked the animation style so far.
Oh yeah. So how do you guys want to start this? By talking about the first episode, or just pretty much just
We can just talk about the beginning and like how we feel about it.
Yeah, so it was a classic Suicide beginning, or Suicide Squad beginning, of where it's basically, we've got bombs in your necks, you're going to do what we tell you to do. But there's this big ass freaking portal in the sky, so we're just going to launch you into it.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Which
Yeah.
again, the portal was opened by what's her name?
Enchantress.
Was it Enchantress or was it no? It was the director.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, Amanda
Oh
Waller.
yeah,
she
they were
opened.
like pumping energy into
Yeah,
something.
they opened the new the portal and to try and get like sources from that other world, and you go from seeing Harley Quinn trying to escape the police and then trying to escape all these other thugs that are trying to find her and the Joker, and then you have a time skip into the portal's open now.
Yeah,
We-
Harley's in prison.
Harley's in
has
prison.
to do this.
They gave a little bit of backstory to introduce Joker's character. That's
not
what I
much.
assume it to be, But yeah, not much.
And I like how they're like telling like this is the Joker in every episode, like a little bit.
They're revealing more and more and more, kind of like they did with the movies. Like he's kind of a background character that
Yeah.
will become important probably later. And I'm actually very excited to see how they because if he's going into this world,
What do you
Feel
think
bad for those
is
people.
going on? Like, what do you think is going to happen? What are your predictions?
I
Because
don't
there's
know.
so
I have
much
no idea,
unanswered. We don't
because-
know what this world is.
we don't know what they're doing.
Well, the main thing is the Queen.
Oh.
She's evil, 100% evil.
I don't.
Like-
I don't think she
necessarily
understands
she's-
what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think she's evil. I think she's doing what she thinks is best for her world of kingdom. Like
Because you
these
got to
people
think.
are from a different dimension. Like she has
Yeah.
no idea.
And there's
what to
been
do with
multiple rounds of them now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, from what we've seen, this is the second round of
That we know of.
of that we know of. Of course, the first round was the Enchantress and
The Thinker.
The Thinker.
I don't
and
even
Killer
think we know
Croc.
all of them yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have all of them yet.
That's what I don't understand is nobody has asked, like, who else is here?
Yeah.
That question has not come up yet. So it's just like every couple episodes we get a new character. So I don't think we've met them all.
I kind of like it though.
It's been really good the way that they've been introducing everything. And like even when you just see the animation style at first, you don't truly know who you're looking at until they give you more context of like their powers.
It
and,
took
like, what
me
they
way
do.
too long to identify Killer Croc.
Yeah.
I was like, who's
Oh, that was who it was.
exactly? My point.
I was like, "Who's this lizard
Exactly.
man?" I was like, I thought it was.
Ladies
For
and
some
gentlemen,
reason,
that is my
I
point
kept thinking.
in real time.
I kept thinking it was like the one of the
Like Swamp Thing,
like the
maybe?
Spider-Man.
Something like that.
I
And then
kept
was
confusing
like,
him from the guy from Spider-Man. I was like, wait, this is DC. I was like, who the heck? And
Yep.
I was like, who are they
I was
trying
like-
to?
And then Enchantress,
Killer
I was
Croc.
like,
Not gonna lie, she had.
I was like,
Daddy.
is that the Scarlet Witch? Like, I don't know what's going on.
the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Stop. Well, first of all, Scarlet Witch's like whole thing is that she's red.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
But
Enchantress was green.
She had red hair.
Or you could also do the argument of the
Sure. She did.
of the girl from Kim Possible, the green
She
one.
go.
Yeah. But no, it's just every time they've introduced someone new, it's been a little bit confusing. And then they do the character panel where like they pose and everything and do like a little
It's
catchphrase.
kind
I
of like
love
a
it.
who's who.
Yes.
Who's that DC?
I
villain?
wasn't expecting DC to get into the anime game. Like we should talk about that.
Yeah, that was.
I
Actually
mean,
pretty
they've been
good.
doing a lot of animated movies recently.
But not anime. Like
Not
this is
anime,
out of
like-
DC or Warner Brothers Japan.
True. True.
I've never seen anything out of Warner Brothers Japan.
Nope.
How do you
I
feel?
feel like I've seen just like going into like Barnes and Noble and stuff though. Like if you look in like the manga section, a lot of like DC and Marvel both are starting to move into like not only just doing regular comics but doing manga style.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, I know obviously it's Marvel, but like there's like a Deadpool
Mhm.
like manga.
I
out.
expected Deadpool to get into it soon.
Deadpool's
So, like-
been referencing anime and manga for so long now. I'm so glad it's becoming mainstream.
Where have I seen this? I know I seen Deadpool in an anime episode before, where he broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what anime it was. It's crazy.
Deadpool's everywhere, all the
Jesus
time,
fuck.
I mean, that is kind of like the point of Deadpool.
all at
Yeah.
once.
I was
Yeah,
like-
so if you go on DC's website, like they have an entire like manga, what they call like their manga hub, and like they have different ones. There's literally like a Superman, a Batman, there's a Joker one,
I love that.
like stuff like that.
Joker
so
manga? That sounds sick.
That does sound good.
I should get into that.
Awesome.
Anyway.
What do you guys think about them potentially having more powers in the isekai world?
Do
That
you
I'm
think
liking.
that they're getting new powers, or do you think that their powers are just strengthening? Because I think their powers are just strengthening. It seems like, or they're getting smarter.
As of now, that's what it seems like.
As of now, it seems like they're strengthening, but at the same time, with Harley Quinn using a what was that the
frying pan.
wand the wand baseball thing.
But it was
Yeah.
the baseball bat.
It was
She,
a
like,
baseball bat with
charged
a
up
wand.
her
Yeah,
baseball bat with
Yeah.
like magical energy, and it hit like way harder than it usually would. She was like, "I can get behind this."
Yeah.
so I'm thinking like
Or are they magical objects?
that could also.
That's
be
what
another thing.
I was interpreting it as. So I think that with Harley specifically, it's more of a situation where she doesn't have powers, so she gets a powerful tool, and the rest of them, their powers are just strengthened.
Like the skillet.
Yeah, like the skillet was totally a magical tool. Like just
You're gonna
out of
love
nowhere, it
the
became a 6-foot skillet.
There's like this. So they go to like this castle where a bunch of like bad guys, like ogres and stuff like that,
Yeah.
hang out because they basically do the dirty work of all the humans and elves, right? Classic fantasy world.
right.
But they're having like this cookout. They're like, "Oh, so glad you showed up. We're just about to start making food." And this dude has like a wok, basically. And it can just magically grow 50 times its original size. And they just do like a giant stir fry cookout in that thing. She's like, "I'm gonna get me that wok. That wok's mine." And then they come back and an unfortunate event happens and she ends up yoinking the wok. And it was a good call.
She got all of them with one hit with the giant walk. It was
She
great.
said, "Batter up." Very good. Very good. Very good.
All right.
So, you have started your very first anime, Steve. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. What are we feeling so far about it?
Yeah.
Jump in.
Jump in. Come on.
Because we've converted somebody, slowly but surely. That is the plan.
All right. Hi, podcast.
Hi.
Overlord Steven.
It was cool. It was different. Like I've always been the type of person who's like, oh, cartoons. I'm not watching cartoons. So,
Fair.
and then also I grew up very religious. So I didn't watch anything with magic. I didn't watch anything with extreme violence. I didn't watch anything like that at all.
No anime then.
No anime. Didn't even really know what it was until I got older.
Maybe a slice of life anime could do you good.
I mean, I saw certain things. I knew that, like, growing up, when in my generation, that was when Dragon Ball Z first became very, very popular
Right.
Yep.
in the States. That was because I'm 33. 2000. I was in high school in 2006, 8, 7.
Yeah, that's when it was getting like
That's when it was
really
getting hot.
big
So,
over here.
a lot of the guys that I grew up with who were like gangsters, like I knew them to be in the streets, were like drawing like Goku and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
I mean, I kind of got into it a little bit then, but not very much. And then as I got older, totally abandoned. I'm not watching cartoons or anything animated at all, except for when I was with my daughter. So this was very different. It's a very different experience. It was new, but I didn't think I would like it because of all the colors and things like that. But took 2 really huge puffs and a lot of coughs, and it actually turned out really good. I'm really vested into the story.
I'm
It's
so
visually
happy.
satisfying.
So happy. And it's a good one to get like invested in, to like
Yeah.
learn the world and like
I didn't
the
know that
kind
it
of
was so
stories
sad.
you're going to be getting into.
Oh, you're not at the sad part.
Yeah, I just for me, you see cartoons and they're not very emotionally triggering.
Yeah.
The most triggering thing I've seen that was animated was in Frozen when the parents died. And my daughter was like, at the time, she was like 9 months,
What's
and
gonna happen?
she saw it a couple times, and every time that they would die, she would go, "Uh-oh."
At least she understands what's going on.
She knew something was going on, but she
Yep.
didn't know what it was. So for me to see that much emotion and things like that in an animated, series was really like, oh wow, this is different. Like
And that's
someone
really
just really died.
That's what anime like strives to give you that feeling, because like when what it's based off of, the mangas, they really didn't become for adults until like the 80s, 90s. So then that takes another 10 years to become popular for an animation studio to pick up. And that would have been right around Dragon Ball Z started coming out. So like you were on track
Yeah.
for seeing the evolution of the way that they do animation.
And a lot of modern day anime has gotten very good at not just like the big battles and the fights, but like actually building a story with their characters and
Yeah.
how they connect and intertwine. And
I would-
it's
I
not
would
very
just-
good at evoking emotion.
I would almost argue that you get more emotion out of an animated series because they can create it on the character, rather than when you have someone who's acting. They're manufacturing those feelings and emotions, and it doesn't always come off as authentic. So I totally felt like it was a lot more authentic coming from with it being animated and coming from an actual creator who wants this character to look this specific way. So,
Yeah.
They can do it exactly how they envision it.
right.
Which is fantastic.
What do you
Wild.
think about the whole city futuristic thing?
It was different. You can do it you can do a lot more with animation than you can do with CGI
On a tighter budget too.
on a very tighter budget. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. The concept kind of gave me the vibes of like the Justin Timberlake movie where time was currency.
Yeah.
In time. Great
And
film.
time is so it kind of gave me those vibes, but a lot more futuristic with like different with the transportation, and it was definitely a lot more like it showed like homelessness and drug abuse and different things I wasn't expecting to see.
And tech abuse.
Yeah, and tech abuse. Yeah, which
Because
was really cool.
it's a satire in modern day. Like
Yeah.
we use technology even now.
Yeah.
And it's just going to get worse. And some people think that the cyberpunk genre will be the dystopian world that we will eventually all end up in because of our obsession with
It
technology.
was cool also to see different races on there too. I wasn't expecting that, but I saw
Oh,
that too.
yeah.
so it
Oh,
was
yeah.
cool.
Anime now is like incredibly inclusive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah,
Love that.
that's awesome.
love it.
So glad we got to hear that. That's what I've been looking forward to.
Talking more about it when you
yeah,
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The evolution of like the passion.
You'll know when you get to the sad part. You can let us know.
Oh, yeah.
That's not sad enough already.
No.
No, unfortunately, not.
Unfortunately, no.
Poor kid.
When you haven't had to turn the TV off and sit quietly for 10 minutes, you're not at the sad part.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
When you turn off the TV and you're sobbing, that's
that's the
sad
sad part.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna
very,
hit you
very
hard.
good. But it also like gives you such an appreciation for the story they gave you to evoke that kind of emotion. You know, like I love an anime that can make me cry because now I feel like they put their soul into it, and I can get that back from them by watching and consuming it.
And I feel like
So
there's
good.
something with things like cyberpunk where like a lot of the animes that people like tell you to go watch are going to be something like, oh, go watch like Naruto or like go watch
The
like
super long.
like these long
1 million
form
length
like even like
episode.
Attack on Titan where it's like, you know, one of the most popular ones that are out there, but it's still, you know,
Still four
four
seasons
seasons.
and
and
short
not
movies.
for everybody.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
gory.
not
But then-
everyone has the time to sit down and watch 4 seasons or 1,000 episodes of a.
But you
anime.
can
Piece,
get
yeah.
there's so many that like you can get so much out of. Like 3 of the biggest ones that I can think of, like obviously Cyberpunk, which we're talking about, and then like Cowboy Bebop, that's
Yep.
another big one. Samurai Champloo, so like the things
I
like
still
launch
haven't gotten all the way through Cowboy Bebop.
so worth it. And
I
it's like
need to.
one of those other ones where it's like short and then it builds like
More
your
emotion.
entire like emotions up because you're just following Spike through like everything that he's doing, and then like at the end it's just like the crash of emotion.
Oh,
You've watched this. I Come Like a Kill.
No, I have not.
What?
It's on the list.
Okay.
everyone's list is so large.
Yeah, there's so much
Everybody's list
anime
is
to
so
watch. The
Because it's so much more inexpensive to make, so
The-
they just make a lot of it.
the goal
Yeah.
is to consume it all.
Well, unfortunately, we're all gonna die before we finish our lists. That's
Because
pretty
they're
much
just
a
gonna
fact.
keep releasing new stuff.
And we're gonna keep watching stuff and having more stuff in our list, and we're not gonna be
And
able
by
to
the
get
time
to
we
it.
die, One Piece might be in the finale.
Maybe we'll know what the One Piece is.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And maybe before we die, Studio Ghibli will finally ban Miyazaki from walking into the
He'll maybe
studio.
finally retire. Miyazaki. Oh, what a man.
What a blessing that he can't stop though.
My favorite memes are the Miyazaki comparisons to the Junji Ito writer, or
Yeah.
the creator, of how he like makes this super dark and twisted anime, but he's like a bag full of sunshine and rainbows and like the
Yeah.
nicest person you'll meet. And then there's Miyazaki, who made Totoro, like
Yeah.
some of children's
So
most
sad.
iconic best friend, and he's like, the world is pain. I hate people. This is awful. I have an idea for a movie. Go home. This is my home.
Yep.
I
But
sleep
like
here.
also the way that he like builds, like for them being like targeted for children, the way that like he
He builds an entire
builds
world.
and but a lot of those too, he does build in those like darker themes like in the background of like grief and stuff like that, like just built right in there that like most people wouldn't expect.
And they're done so beautifully too.
That
I'm
could
so
be a
grateful
good
to have
topic,
grown up
though.
with it.
Yeah.
What would you guys be your favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
Ooh.
That's a good topic, actually.
I know
Ponyo
yours,
is
yep.
the first movie that I saw in theaters, and I've always been obsessed with it. So that is my pick every time.
Totoro is mine because we watched it when I was younger with my mom. It was one of her favorite movies from Japan, and I also watched it once in my Japanese class in high school. In Japanese, no subtitles. You
Oh,
gotta
wow.
feel what they're saying. It's
Yeah.
also good for
Yeah,
you to
that's
like
good.
build your recognition of words if you're studying a new language. Watch a movie from that place in their language. But at the same time, like I just had a whole different kind of feeling from the movie in its intended language, with the intended voice actors getting the direction from the director of like, I need you to feel this way. Like it was a very raw experience.
Mine was Spirited Away.
Very good one. Very
Yeah.
good one.
I have to agree on Totoro.
Yeah, it's
That was
so
because that was
good.
my
It's really
first one for
Did
it.
you know originally both of the girls were one girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
Yeah, so they kept the body and made it the older sister, but they gave the face to the younger sister.
Yeah.
Which is like so crazy. Miyazaki was like, nope,
There needs to be 2.
Control A, Control P. Print and give me another one. Thank you.
Awesome.
Have you seen? Are you into Ghibli, Drew?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
yes. I've
What's your
seen-
favorite Ghibli?
I would say mine is probably Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, that one's
What
so
a great
good.
pick.
Yeah.
Specifically because I love how it portrays like the feeling of being an artist that doesn't know how to create their art
Yes.
and going through that like period of time where you have painter's block or you're a witch and you can't do the one thing that you've been
Able to do
building
forever.
your business and
Yeah.
your
Like your whole
self-esteem,
life
your confidence,
to
your
do.
everything to not be able to fly. I resonated so hard with that and just God, I wanted to be that painter in the cabin in the woods with all those ravens. I wanted it so badly.
Yup.
Saw it and you're like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Yup.
Did you guys know that the movie theater in Portage has Studio Ghibli movies showings? I think it's like every Wednesday or Tuesday.
I know Ponyo's coming up.
Yep.
Of course you know that. Anya's her favorite.
It's very shortly after
I've-
Coraline.
Coraline mention. Oh, yes.
Coraline is coming back in 3D very shortly after my birthday, and it feels like a birthday gift to me because it hasn't been in 3D since it was released.
If you read the book, I feel like the book
I've
is
read the book
it's a
7 million times.
It's to me that was the most horrifying thing I've ever read. I'm not gonna lie. It terrified that little part, that little kid in me at the back of my mind.
I liked
loved
weird
it
things
so
when I was a
much.
kid.
Same.
Loki,
Yeah, still
when I
do.
watched that movie, I was a little like thrown off. I was like, "What the fuck is this? What is going on?" I felt a little scared watching that.
It's meant to give you that vibe.
Yeah.
That means they did their job.
Yeah.
Well,
Congrats.
speaking of other types of animation, we should start our topic on what we got a YouTube comment on the last time of what is anime. So I feel like we should talk about how we feel about what anime is in general.
My personal opinion and what I've read online as fact.
Online as fact.
Coming for the one Japanese person too.
Well, I mean, I don't hold much stock. I didn't invent anime. Trust me, I'd be a millionaire by now if I did. But anime in particular is animation derivative from Japan. But I mean,
Just any animation, or does it have to be at a specific style, though?
I would assume it doesn't have to be a specific style. Take JoJo's, for example. That's a way different
Oh.
style than something like Attack on Titan, but they're both still anime.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or even
So-
Naruto.
Well, a good one I think actually to compare because of how it was advertised would be Scott Pilgrim's anime.
Yes.
Oh, so
That is an
good.
anime because
It is,
it's
'cause
a
it came from
Japanese
Japan.
production,
Yup.
and it's because there's always the debate of like art style versus like place of production. Because even though like Attack on Titan and like so the things easiest way to like compare it is like based on studio. Like Mappa has their very own like set kind of like animation style. Trigger has theirs. And then like Bones has theirs, and you can kind of tell when you're watching the different things. Like if I'm watching My Hero and I'm watching Mob Psycho, I can tell like, oh, this is done by Studio Bones.
Yeah.
But if you're watching like, Attack on Titan, and then you go and you watch,
Like Death Note.
I was gonna say Vinland Saga. You
Yeah,
can see it in
that
the
too.
eyes.
The way they shade their eyes.
Yeah, they do the eyes the exact same way on Eren as they do on Thorfinn for Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
But they're all different types of like an anime style, but each studio kind of has their signature. But then there's also studios that, based out of the US that are doing the same types of styles too. So like the biggest debate, like I feel like a lot of people had as kids was like Avatar The Last Airbender.
I was gonna bring that up.
That
I was like,
one is
Honorable mention. I'll
Yeah.
allow it.
or like or like for a more like modern one with the Castlevania. There's also the
Castlevania was so good.
right, and technically that was an American studio that did it, but it's based off a Japanese game, so it's in that Japanese style. And a lot of people do consider like if you go on Netflix, sometimes that shows up under your anime tab.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's like a little
Or you could even go towards a different, more localized area, but it's still not Japan, like we were talking about last time, Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
So I was looking into it a little bit. Apparently they call that, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's AINE, ANE, instead of anime. It's called ANE. But they still, in Japan, call it an anime.
Yeah, that's another an important thing to know is like when you go to Japan, they consider any
Animation.
type of animation to be anime. So they would consider like your standard Disney movie
An
to
anime.
be an anime.
I have actually a fun fact that is kind of a side note tangent. It was more on what we were talking about last episode with the dub and sub debate, but it's kind of parallel. So apparently it's a really big debate in Japan for King of the Hill. So like there's diehard Simpsons fans, there's diehard South Park fans, and they will hardcore debate on the dub or sub. And it's actually typical for Japanese people to prefer the sub. So they'll watch it in English with Japanese subtitles.
Yeah.
But King of the Hill is the only one that there's a huge debate. They think that the Japanese voice actors may actually be funnier in
Wait,
tone
what?
than the King of the Hill. Like the southern accents, but in Japanese,
Okay.
they think are so funny, it's better than the sub.
I mean, try to tell a Japanese person to sound Southern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Yeah,
gonna have to watch it.
I'm sure you can find the Japanese
have to
dub
watch
of
it
King
now,
of the
I'm
Hill
happy.
somewhere.
So propane and propane accessories.
Yep.
I
But yeah.
wouldn't even know how to say that in Japanese.
So, but yeah, so they call like things like The Simpsons, South Park, King of the Hill. Those are anime, but
Right.
it's American anime.
A lot of people in Japan love the American accent.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Cheeseburger. It's like,
It's even funnier when you do a deep dive into like American accents because did you know that like our like the like area that we're in is considered like the most neutral accent and they're like that's what they teach like newscasters to speak in because
Yep.
it's so neutral.
Yep.
sick.
Yeah.
We're winning.
Yeah.
Let's
Midwestern accent is ideal.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're effective at communicating because we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Dude,
But it used to be the transatlantic accent. That was a basically created accent. Nobody like normally spoke that way. It was created for radio.
It picked up better on radio.
that's crazy.
Language is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as anime, so are we saying that anime is in general any animation? Or where is the line drawn in the sand?
This is a good topic because like everyone can draw the line
Yeah, I
either
feel
all
like
the way in the right
can
or
be
all the way in the
opinion-based.
left. Yeah, I think it's more opinion wise on whoever's watching or whoever's listening
Because
to
at the
you.
end of the day, it's up to you to say which word you would prefer it to be.
That's fair. I feel like it would also be like culture based. Like in America, we push the concept of anime towards that more like Japanese style.
Yeah.
But because it's that Japanese style, things like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Solo Leveling, things like that, just kind of all end up getting grouped together as anime in general. So I think it is kind of developing like its own genre style
Like
versus culture.
Asher said that last episode about Solo Level and another like animes from different regions are getting added to the anime awards.
Yeah, because Solo Leveling's Korean in origin.
Yep.
It's so good. A lot of Korean manhwas actually have been getting more and more popular,
Yeah.
which,
And Baguire was seeing Chinese anime, and he was in Japan.
yeah,
So
which
it is
I'm
really
sure,
picking up.
a wild experience.
Yeah. That's
Kinda-
going to be a little
Kinda
confusing.
jealous. I mean, yeah, because you watch it and you're like, wait a minute, something's different here. I
Yeah.
can't put my finger on it.
No, dude, I can literally tell when I'm watching a Chinese anime. The animation's a little different, but you can tell right away from the voice,
The
Yeah.
voices.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I can see
voices.
that.
the voices.
True.
I mean, the dialect and the way that
Yeah, the dialect
Chinese
is
is
way-
versus
yeah.
Japanese, you can very
very
easily
tell.
tell.
All right.
I believe you had a fun topic you wanted to talk about.
Did I?
It was Goku versus
Oh, yeah,
Sailor
yeah, yeah,
Moon,
yeah.
Versus
or
Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
couple
good anime
Goku
David.
versus.
So at first I wanted to do like Goku versus Superman because I wanted to include Steve. But I mean, wait, you said you watched a little bit of Dragon Ball growing up, didn't you?
Not enough to remember.
Oh, okay.
Sad.
I mean, Goku was like based off of Superman in a way.
Really, I didn't know that.
No, well, was it? Because I know Goku was pretty much based on Son Wukong. On the journey
that's
to the
their-
west.
That's their race. They're like the
The story based off of that.
what are they? What's their race called?
The Saiyans. The
Oh yeah, the
the
Saiyans. I don't
yeah.
know why I forgot that, but they like turn into giant
Giant apes.
apes like Sun Wukong. Yeah, but like the concept of character of like somebody who's not gonna lose the rate, like the fight basically. Like sure he loses like a match here and there, but every time he loses he gets stronger and he comes back and he wins. Like that's the concept of a hero was around the same time when comic books were starting to come out with Superman and things like that. Because Superman went international very quickly.
Yeah, but who would actually win in a fight?
Well, it depends if they're in Goku's universe or if they're in Superman's universe.
That's a good point. Either way,
Because like that's the big problem with a lot of like who's gonna win this fight, like either the main character from Bleach or Goku. Like it would depend on what universe they're in. Because if they're in Goku's universe, then Goku would probably win because he can't be beat, right? Every time he loses, he gets stronger and comes back and he wins the fight because he can just teleport away at the very last second.
yeah, he can teleport
Hero
away.
Grind style.
Yeah, hero. I'm so sorry, I'm a klutz. But if they're in the Bleach universe, I feel like he would win.
Wait, what? Bleach?
Bleach?
Yeah, it was the example I was giving was like
He's
the
using
main character.
Ichigo as an example.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
'Cause
wait,
there's
I
like
got-
been a lot of debates in on the internet of Goku like soloing everybody,
Yeah.
right? But it depends on what universe they're in. Like if they're in the One Punch Man universe, Saitama wins.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good point. I see
know.
that.
but if they're in Goku's universe, then Goku will win. Maybe. Saitama's pretty broken. Not gonna
Saitama
lie.
is pretty fucking
Saitama's
broken.
entire point is that literally he can't control the fact that he just destroys everybody.
Yes.
In one punch.
Like he didn't necessarily bench press, but he like rotate pressed 2 black holes. Like
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
God.
just
yes.
he hates the fact that he can win with one punch.
Yeah. He's a hero for fun, but he rarely gets to have fun because
So-
it's over so quick.
Yeah, so because he became a hero for fun, and then he kept training and training because he wanted to be a hero for fun, but his goal was to be able to beat people with one punch. And then when he achieved it, he literally like completely explodes people just like from going like that.
Wait, so is One Punch Man the story of if Rock Lee actually became what he wanted to be?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Pretty much.
100%.
I see.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yet he can't catch
So,
a
like-
single mosquito.
One Punch Man is a longer one, though, isn't it?
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
So
It's
what
on-
do they do with
Is it in
that?
season 4 now?
It's still going?
Yeah.
Season 3, I think, is about to come out.
Okay,
3 or
okay.
4.
Yes, it's still going.
Yes, and the manga is still going on
Yes.
as well.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
And it's based on the same universe as Mob Psycho as well.
It's the same writer.
Yeah. But they said it's the same universe.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So,
That's also wild. Saitama versus Mob?
Yeah. That'll be a crazy one.
That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. I love One Punch Man. It's so good.
I'm not usually into like the super like actiony or like fight types.
So the best thing about One Punch Man is it fronts as that, but it's a satire on superheroes.
Yeah.
So the entire thing is like he just hates the fact that he's doing this, and then there's like this character Genos,
I love Genos. He can have his own anime.
who's his apprentice, who just essentially is this guy that just said he's gonna be his apprentice and
Follows
has literally
him
like
around.
moved into his apartment and is just like following him around, and he's like the highest level of the superheroes that he could be, even though Saitama is like a level like B, C hero.
I think he's a C hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
C hero.
He's doing his
yeah,
best.
And
I-
Genos is like an S tier hero. And
Yeah.
he's like, you're my master. I must learn from you. You were the expert. And he's like, Genos, go away.
Yep.
You're fine. You don't need me. He's
Yep.
like, but you know everything. you could still beat me. I don't understand.
So, and that's another way that they like utilize it in the anime. So like there's other characters that
I
are
see.
like going in and like they're building up all of this fight, and like Genos is like trying to fight these like aliens at some point, and then all this
It becomes like a gigantic fight.
yeah, it's like this giant fight where like all the S heroes are like dying, and then all of a sudden Saitama shows up and he just punches them, and part of it is that people don't realize that it's actually him that is defeating it, and there's this other guy that's been getting the credit for it.
Yeah.
But he's like terrified of fights, so he's like,
His superpower is anxiety.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So it does work out as being like more of a satire.
He
than
becomes
being, like,
Saitama's video game buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They play games together. He's like, so you don't do anything? He's like,
No.
bro, I'm terrified.
God.
Things keep working out. I don't understand.
It's like he'll panic, and then like everybody will come to find it, and he'll be standing next to the body, and he'll be like,
Yes, it was
"It was me."
And they're like, of course it was. It had to have been you.
You train so much.
Yeah.
Oh, the first time it happened, it was with a giant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with that, I don't know if you guys knew this. Just a little fun fact with that is for the like giant titan from the episode in the anime, they used Eren Yeager's voice actors.
No way.
What?
Yeah,
I did not realize that.
I know it, yeah, because I found it because I was looking through Bryce Papenbrook's like log, and I was
That's
like,
incredible.
because if you look at the giant, it's made to look like Eren's,
Like Eren's
Titan.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used Eren's voice actor for it.
That's wild.
We are more than 3 episodes into Attack on Titan now.
Yeah, we're like 12 or 13 episodes in.
Yep. I'm working on it.
It's
That was a good scene
as I
from
told
One Punch.
Maddie like 3 days ago. There's a rule with anime, and it's you got to get past episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 episodes to hook me, otherwise I'm walking.
Because I was saying, like, I watched the first 3 episodes and I wasn't super emotionally attached. Like, it was a lot of fighting.
Next episode
Yeah,
was
'cause
Armin's speech about losing
And
Eren.
that's what
And
I
I
was
was like,
trying
okay.
to tell Maddie with Attack on Titan. I was like, Maddie, just get to episode 4. I promise. I promise.
That's
like,
literally like I've been working on this for years, all right?
Yup.
And we finally started it, and I'm like just sitting next to her the whole time, and I'm,
yeah, because like
it's coming.
like I'm so much like I cosplay Hanji, so
Yeah, it's like me saying.
Hanji's like top 3 favorite characters, for sure. I love Hanji's character so much. She's number 2, so she's up there. She's
yeah.
up
Also,
there.
fun fact about Hanji: Hanji has no confirmed gender.
Oh, I love that.
They've
for
never
Hanji.
used gendered language towards Hanji in the entire show.
And now you can appreciate that while we watch it.
Sick.
Yeah, if you start paying attention,
I could cosplay Hanji.
yeah, they're always addressed by their title. It's always their name or their title. They never use any pronoun.
You'll
That's
know
awesome.
who Hanji is when they show up.
I see.
I assure you.
It's the
Yeah, I think I saw the cosplay.
yeah. You've seen my cosplay of it.
Yes. We're like 1 or 2 episodes before she starts to do her tests.
Yeah.
So she's coming.
Oh.
It's coming soon. Coming soon. I'm very excited. We just watched Eren plug the hole
Okay.
for the first time.
That's good. That's good.
Because
For the first time, a spoiler.
no.
No? Okay.
No, it's fine.
But you'll forget. By then.
You'll forget about this episode.
But
You won't watch it.
when she first watched it, before he like actually picked it up, when he like started fighting Mikasa because she was like grinding his ass the whole time. She's
Yeah.
like, "Are you fine?" He's like, "Shut up, just let me do this."
Right.
He like slumps down, and she's like, "Oh dang, I just wanted one thing to go right." And I'm like, "You are not watching the correct anime if you want one thing to go right." She's like, "I
That
just
is
wanted
so
to pick
true.
it up,
Oh, yeah.
walk it over, and everything be fine." I'm like,
This is-
that's not gonna
yeah.
happen.
No.
Something's gonna happen before that happens. Like,
Everything in this, like I gotta say,
went
like
really
everything
well,
in this
it
anime,
did go fairly well, but there's a couple bumps in the road.
A few.
everything in AOT, I think you're gonna find like a lot
There's
of bumps
always
on
a
the-
twist.
There's always
Yeah.
gonna be a
There's
twist.
always a twist.
Like yeah, we got this plan, but then something else happens,
And then you get like fucking suplexed by the final twist, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
what am I even watching anymore?
yep.
Which
It's
I think
so
I
good.
think that is a topic to like once you guys finish
Once
to
we
go
finish
back
it, we are
on.
definitely
Well,
talking
to go
about
back on to specifically talk about the things that like once you find out in the end like what's been really going on, looking back at that specific scene and
Oh.
understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isayama
love all
was a
the code
genius.
talk.
Yeah,
That's why
what-
when she like told me about this, I was like, no. I was like desperate for the truth, and then I saw it was somebody else, and I was like, my king is safe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a firm believer that we need to give Hajime Isayama all of our money so he can make another one.
Another one.
Next gen.
Attack on Titan 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, absolutely. I am going to fund that if a GoFundMe page pops up.
My favorite thing that I did though, I have with Attack on Titan is I went to a convention and I bought a print that's from like one of the last fight scenes. And I hung it on my wall before my boyfriend watched it. And he didn't notice until the day we watched it. He didn't even notice. And
And then he like turns around. He's like, "Has that been here the whole time?" That's
crazy.
good. That's awesome.
yeah,
Love
I
that
was
for
like
you.
cracking up because I was like, because even at the convention, like it was like right after the last like episode had come out, and the guy who was selling it had like literally a sticky note over the print and was like, "This is a big spoiler. Look at it if you dare." And I lifted it up and I said, "Can I get two, please?" I was like, "Can I have this one and this one?" I bought like 5 Attack on Titan prints at that convention.
Amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
love that show so much. It's so good. We should stop talking about
Is
it
there a-
before I just yap on forever.
Before I sound too stupid, is there a movie for it, or are the final episodes movies?
So the 2 last episodes are like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're not like separate movies. I see.
No.
No, I mean you could watch them like a movie. It's like
Yeah.
a Lord of the Rings movie. I'm just saying.
What does that mean? What
Well,
happens?
because Lord of the Rings movies are like
Like 3
4
hours long,
long.
yeah.
3
Yeah.
hours
Oh well, an
long.
hour and a half is not that.
Yeah,
Well,
but if you watch
2
both of them,
at the
that's
same
3
time,
hours.
yeah.
That's less than Oppenheimer.
That's less funny now that I explained it. It's okay though.
Shucks.
Yeah, yeah. Oppenheimer. I still need to see that movie.
Um,
So sad.
No.
But anyway.
I was gonna say,
Anyway.
I know you like Sailor Moon a lot,
Yeah.
and I like Goku a lot. Who do we win a fight?
So
Neutral ground. Neither's universe.
Convince me.
So with Sailor Moon, she kind of also has like these evolved forms, but she is like destroying things from other galaxies and like able to, if she wanted to, like destroy an entire world.
Oh.
But she's got like, cause it's weird because
How
like
fast? Because Goku takes like 3 episodes to charge up.
Sailor Moon, sometimes to reach a different form, she might take like a season, but Sailor Moon will have that power for the rest of the season, and she will use that one power that she gained last season every
whole
single
time.
episode.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those like, hey, Shadow Clone shoots.
I mean,
So it's actually really so like I was
Goku has the Kamehameha since
um
when he was
fair.
kid.
like I always tell my friends like when you sit there and you binge watch Sailor Moon, the way you have to do it is you have to sit there with the remote in your hand because you need to skip through every single Sailor Moon transformation and every single like she's gonna use her power because they use a copy and paste of the same like
Like the transformation.
transformation
Yeah.
scene, and then like they'll be like, oh, she's gonna do her power. Let's show her spinning
Paste.
with her wand.
So I was gonna say, going back to that transformation, since it's an old type of anime like that, I don't know. You guys remember the old anime that I said that I loved? That was only like air in like Latin America.
Yeah.
They did the same thing. Like they had the transformation power ups, and it would be just like that. Imagine it like being like a Power Ranger transformer.
Yeah.
Transformer.
Ultron did that
I
too.
see.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It
Rick
is-
and Morty actually made an episode mocking that. The Sailor Moon specifically. Like
Yeah.
they had their own Sailor Moon transformation for
and
like
like
Carrie.
Yeah,
Sailor,
I was gonna say the
like
cherry
Sailor
one.
Moon has also stopped like 2 apocalypses.
Oh.
Like just full on like completely one time like reverse time. So
Lovely.
like
I don't think Goku can reverse time.
Goku didn't, but Wiz did in order to.
But this is Goku.
we're talking about
This is
Goku
Goku.
specifically.
No. We're not in. No helpers.
You're right. Goku
Not to-
cannot.
Like her actions like reverse time.
Not to interject here, but I have to stand up for my girl Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's final form is Sailor Cosmos.
That is,
She
yeah.
is quite literally the universe.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
If we're doing like final forms, like Goku's final form does not stand a chance.
So it would go
Yeah,
back
to like
what
to
universe
defeat
are they
Sailor
fighting in
Galactica,
then?
she had to
Or
become
what
Sailor.
form
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, what
first
Yeah, it's
season,
neutral
first episode,
universe.
Sailor Moon, she's tripping, she's falling, she's crying, she's not even coming to the
But at the
fight.
same
Not even
time,
coming to
if
the
you
fight is
watch the
crazy.
beginning of the final episode of Sailor Moon, she is tripping and she is crying, but she will turn into Sailor Cosmos because here's the thing about Sailor Moon. She is a crybaby, she is a klutz, but the second she is in her Sailor form, she's like gonna get down to business after Tuxedo Max comes in and gives her reassurance.
No.
She's also like the 14-year-old reincarnation of like a literal goddess too. So
Yeah.
she's got a little leeway. Like she's a kid right now. She was
Oh,
like
she baby.
the queen of a whole empire, and like there's like a whole story of like her first incarnation that like plays into who she becomes later on.
So here's the thing. I haven't seen any at all. Like, I don't even think I've seen a 10-second clip of Sailor Moon. I've only seen still images of, like, marketing and things like that. What? I know there's other sailors. I mean,
Yes.
other girls. What is the show about? Is it just about Sailor Moon and, like, the other girls are just there?
So essentially, like kind of what Drew was saying is there was this realm that was actually in the future. It's very confusing. Like,
Okay.
It's a future and a past, and it like gets destroyed, and she gets sent back in time and like reincarnated, and so all of these girls were different protectors for each planet that were all princesses of these like planets. So there's pretty much one protector for every single planet. So Sailor Moon,
like Green Lanterns.
so like Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask are like the king and queen, so they oversee like the moon and earth.
Gotcha.
And then they have a senshi for every single like planet.
Yeah, in the solar system.
So like when you first start, they only show you like the inner planets, and those are like her core group. And pretty much every single battle she goes in, at least one or two of her friends is gonna be there. And or like there's even times where like she's like incapacitated and she can't do anything, and they like will start the battle for her.
I see.
Or even sometimes like the girls will be like the victim of like whatever demon is attacking them.
Gotcha.
And then like as
is
it
it
goes,
pretty much all in space?
no, it's all on Earth.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's all on Earth, and it's usually like there's usually
so famous.
yeah. So like there's like usually one villain every season that's like after some type of like pure person.
Okay.
Essentially, they're always trying to find somebody who's like a pure heart or something like that, and they're trying to like take a piece of that person to like do something with it. So like the most common one is like that people think of is usually like Sailor Moon S, where like they're taking out the heart crystals.
Gotcha.
And they're trying to find like these talismans and these heart crystals. And then like as you go further in the series, there tends to be like more Sailor Scouts as you go on. So like as the world's ending, you get the outer Sailor Scouts that are coming in because like one of them has like the key to time and stuff like that.
Conveniently.
So yeah, like
Deus Ex Key of Time.
It kind of sounds like, in like a general premise as far as like writing and story, it kind of sounds like almost like a Doctor Who Save the Innocents, like episode to episode is just kind of just about saving people.
yeah, and something to note of it too is it is targeted to like young girls.
Yeah.
So like it is very
that much.
simple too, because it is targeted to like girls who are between like the ages of like 7 and 12.
Cool. Interesting.
Enemy.
And
It's just it's
all
awesome.
women.
Yeah, I mean that
It's like watching the old Barbie movies. It's just like you don't need to be a specific age. You can just
right.
watch it.
So like my I mean you for the most part everybody here knows I do like competitive cosplay. So like my
Right.
current one that I'm working on is Sailor Pluto.
Right.
Competitive cosplay. That sounds badass.
Yeah, you essentially have to hand make your costume, and then somebody puts you in a little room and picks and prods at your entire costume and then tells you if you did a good job or if you completely destroyed everything that you worked for like 8 months on.
I see. In
Probably
my
also
head,
to check for
I had
tags.
like somehow turned that into cosplayers that bring real weapons and they just like battle it out. But that sounds safer.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Oh, so for me, it was like more like Goku. Here's the thing. I do think Sailor Moon would beat Goku right now, for the simple reason that Goku only has Ultra Instinct. I know he's getting stronger. Ultra Instinct is basically one of the power the gods of destruction are trying to achieve. Most of them. Some of them have it, some of them don't. Basically, Ultra Instinct is the final form he's at right now. Is just basically his body, his mind, just being one in itself. And like if attack were to approach it, he just normally moves like without thinking, like it's just all his instincts. And yeah, he's pretty overpowered when it comes to that, because even Virus, the god of destruction in his universe, hasn't achieved that yet. So he's currently training on the Virus to just to get stronger. He doesn't want to be a god of destruction. He doesn't want to be anything else. He just wants to be stronger for some reason. That's his whole mainstream. Unfortunately, I do agree with Cosmos.
How do you fight the universe? How do you
Yeah,
fight
like,
the
how do you
universe?
fight the
Doing it
universe?
every day.
Yeah, I say.
How do you fight the universe and win, Asher?
You don't.
He
You
did it.
continue to fight until eventually it wins.
He did it once, but tricked it.
Oh.
This podcast is brought to you by Kurt's Kitchen and Q LLC, Comfort Soul Food and Barbecue Catering Services, servicing Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland areas. 219-444-1128.
And it wasn't him. It was
I gotta learn that.
It was basically, there's another god that's above all the gods, and he's the one that controls the whole universe.
I don't know any gods.
And he's got his Sino, and
He's got a casino?
no, his name is Sino.
Oh,
It's literally like a 3-4-year-old child. He looks like a 4-year-old child.
Lovely.
And all he wants is just to
God
have
as a
fun.
child is an entertaining concept. I'm liking where this is going.
It's an alien, so it's okay. So
Even
he
better.
looks like it. Basically, all he wants to do is just have fun. And what ends up happening in Dragon Ball is in one of the universes, they go to Future Trunks universe, which because it's a different universe now, and apparently someone took over Goku's body and started taking over the whole universe and everything, and they don't know who it was. So they end up
Sailor
going.
Moon didn't do that. Didn't take over her own universe.
No, but she did just like reverse an entire apocalypse in her time, so
I think she's winning.
Yeah.
At least the moral battle as well.
Basically, how Goku tricked the god of the universe to destroy the whole thing was basically he was friends with the god of the universe in his own parallel universe, and had this one button to summon him because he's best friends with him on his universe.
Oh no.
And he goes to the other universe, and while he's fighting Goku Black, which is the bad Goku,
Okay.
that's what they called him, Goku Black.
Yikes.
Yeah, let me just say the translation is not well, because they were trying to fight the evil Goku, which
Is
was
it
Right.
like Goku Kuroi?
which was the actual Goku, and the Trunks the real Trunks comes out and says, "That's not wait, what was it? It ended up being really racist. It was like
Oh no.
yeah, I was like, that's not he's not black. Yeah, they ended up saying like he's not
the
black.
black one.
Yeah, he's not Goku Black.
Oh no.
Yeah, that you said. I was like, whoa there. And the literal, and like on the dub version, they said it like that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh.
There's something that's really there about like old dubs for animes.
Yeah.
Like
They're
Sailor
pretty
Moon.
rough.
It's going not to bring up Sailor Moon again, but like Sailor Moon, I don't know if you guys know, had recently just had to get completely redubbed because of how destroyed the anime was from the like 2000s dub.
Oh no.
First off, they Americanized all the girls' names in it, so like Usagi was like Serena instead. But the worst thing that they absolutely did was because it was like airing in America and obviously early 2000s. There's two characters that are lesbians, and to rectify this
I see.
in the United States when it first came over,
They were roommates.
worse, they were cousins.
I was gonna say they were sisters.
Oh no, God.
And I kid you not, when I was a child,
That's
I was
awful.
not confused why the two women were in love with each other. I was confused why the two cousins were in love with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the confusing part.
Yeah.
So
You know
yeah,
that
so going-
somebody in an office was like, "This is a great idea."
Yeah, like there's
Sweet
actually
home
like
Alabama.
there's like actual videos that it's like the like top 10 worst censorships that happened in like Sailor Moon, and it's literally like just stuff like that.
That's awful.
So yeah,
I will
basically
say that
going
does not bode well in Sailor Moon's favor.
But
back
they
to
completely redubbed it, so
Okay.
it's completely redone and re-released in America correctly now.
I'll be expecting Dragon Ball's re-release.
Oh well, hold up. Before going back to the Dragon Ball thing, do you guys know about Ghost Stories?
Oh my god, I was waiting for somebody to bring that up.
No, somebody just told me about that today.
Yeah, so they gave free reign to the dub actors of Ghost Stories,
Yeah.
and they didn't get like audited whatsoever.
Oh, you know what? I have seen clips from it. My boyfriend showed me
And-
clips.
They're hilarious. I don't know if we can pull one up right now or not, but it'll be
a clip of.
a clip of like one of the dub parts. Maybe the
Here,
one.
maybe we can just
I was
Maybe-
gonna say I don't think you'll be able to hear it.
look up some of the scripts.
Right. So
So that's the best part. There is no script.
yeah, no, they
They literally just showed them the anime and just let them
they were like, "Figure it
say
out."
whatever the hell
Yeah.
they wanted.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Like whatever they wanted.
Yikes.
And they released it like that.
They-
It's
Because
like
like
an
everybody
abridged.
like everybody for the like American side of it, like I guess some big thing happened where like a bunch of people quit too. So they just like were like, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, they didn't get audited or anything.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was
think
like
one of the scenes was like the kid was running, and and he was like, run like a black person's chasing you or
He's like,
something like that.
think of a big black man chasing you.
Yeah.
And the kid's
I was
little
like,
boy, his
what?
thing is he just like babbles, so he's just like.
Yeah.
That's like his signature.
It's essentially if you were to go watch like an abridged on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
but
necessarily
worse.
that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just see what we can get away with. Like it's.
They got away with a
See
lot.
what we can get away
There's
with?
a lot of
There's
race.
nobody-
There's racism. There's homophobia.
That
This is
line-
like
Oh,
early
no.
2000s.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah.
But
They-
that line is actually worse because it's they're like, oh, run like you're getting chased by a black man, and he trips immediately, and they're like, oh, well, at least he's not racist.
Yeah.
It's like they try to say
Yes.
stuff and then redeem themselves so much.
Yeah,
It's
it's like no.
They're like, oh, by the way, haha, it's a joke.
It's
This means that
dumb.
Asher's homework is to look this up.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yes.
I can
All
definitely
right.
do that.
Going back to just finishing up the quick thing about Goku. He gets the little god teleported towards him. Shows how nasty and bad the universe looks now because the Goku Black ended up destroying everything. And the god is necessarily like, I don't like how this looks. I'm gonna wipe everything out. And he just destroys the whole universe. And Goku gets into yeah, he literally goes like that, and everything starts disappearing. Goku and his
Bam
friends
style.
teleport to the time machine and go to the other universe, and then hop back to the empty universe that the god.
Oh, he's just
Yeah,
gonna
the-
step out, step back in.
Yeah, step out, step back in
gotta take a
while
break.
everything finished, and he just goes like, "Oh, well, everything is gone now. I don't know what to do. And he's like, here, I got a friend you can meet. Takes him to the other universe and has the god meet himself in the other universe and become best friends.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
No, usually that means that their universe would implode because of the
Power.
no, I forget the word. It's like the paradox.
Yes, it's a
Yes,
paradox.
it's a paradox because the same atoms are occupying the same space, and we already
Not
know what
allowed.
happens when that happens.
So what you're saying though is that Goku could win if he happened to meet another dimension Sailor Moon
Pretty much.
and befriend them and
much.
somehow be able to contact
I
them
feel
at
like
any
Sailor
time.
Moon meeting
Yeah.
Sailor Moon would go worse for Goku because now there's 2 Sailor Moons.
Yep. Now there's 2 Sailor Moons.
So you'd be like, "Hey, this guy's really mean. we gotta do something about that." She'd be like, "Okay."
I trust you.
To be
No,
honest,
it's
I
like-
I would think they would also team up for the simple reason that Goku is the type of guy like, hey, you're strong. I would want to fight you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
It's just like,
exactly just Goku.
why?
No, I just want to fight you. You're strong. Let's fight. No,
She
but-
might cry a little bit, but then she'll do it.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right.
about right. Sounds about right.
Let's do some red flags. What do we mean by red flags?
Red
and-
flags on
red
animes.
flags in
So like,
anime.
what are your anime turn-offs? What do we not like to see? I think that's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah. Let's start with
Mac.
Mac on the left side. Or right.
So for me, I feel like I let some things get away with it more than others, and it depends like
Sure.
what anime you're watching and like what the audience is. But like some stuff with like fan service can get like a little aggressive. That's usually it for me. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what, like things like the weird incest. You can look past it if it's a good
If
enough.
the
Like if it's not
quality
the
and the
core.
story, yeah.
If it's
And
not
you
like
can
the core
tell,
of it,
it's just they're not like focusing on it. They just kind of like
brush over it.
Brush
yeah,
over it
so
and-
like one of the ones that I think of when I think of like it's not the core of it, like with there being an incest theme, is like Spy Family. There's like Yor's brother is just like absolutely in love with her, and it's
Yeah.
like to
Oh,
a
yeah.
creepy level, but she's just like oblivious to it, and
She
it's
just
like
doesn't
not
know.
a
she's like,
core.
"Oh, it's just my little brother."
It's not a core thing that's like a core relationship.
and the way
that's
that they
happening on
explain
there.
it is that like he just looks up to her a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So they give the intent and her obliviousness, but
The flirtation
the
and the weirdness
flirtation and
is
his
still there.
advances and like wanting to please and
and like
protect
wanting
her.
to get Lloyd out of the picture
Yeah,
because
he's
he's
like, my sister is mine. Like
Yeah.
that whole thing.
that's
like,
what's weird about
you
it.
can make it a weird character trope without directly saying what
Right,
you're
and then there's
alluding to,
like
which
and then,
is
or
nuts,
like
I
if they
guess.
like satirize it, so like
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else here has watched or on High School Host Club.
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody
There
in
we
the
go.
room understands. There's twins in it, and like the whole point of the host club is that they're a group of like high school boys that entertain women, and they're twins. So like when they're in the host club, they like play into the fact that they're twins, but they actually like when they're not in the host club and they're like showing just
Don't
like
like
the
each
group
other.
of friends like hanging out, like they're still best friends, but like
It's not weird.
it's not weird.
Oh,
It's
so
like a
they're
joke
playing
that they
it up.
play into, like
I see.
because like the girls are into it.
they're they're the wingmen or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotta give the people what
Also,
they
if you
want.
just want to see something that's absolutely weird and wild, the host club is just it because it's just ridiculous.
Or on that same wavelength, I mean Mei on JJK, awful. Like
I can't.
it's
I
incesty because they call each other little brother. Are they actually?
no, that is her little brother.
They
That
are
is her
brother
and he's a
sister.
child.
They are
and she
biologically
likes,
brother and sister.
And she like
he's-
sleeps in a bed with him naked.
Yeah,
and people
oh, yeah,
are like,
fully.
He's like,
like-
13.
I'm pretty sure he's. I thought I saw that he was actually like.
I thought he was like
younger.
9.
Really?
Yeah, like he's like.
I thought he was like 9.
Like
That's
he's
what
like
I
a
thought.
I
child.
know he's like a child, but unfortunately, in that world, there are certain like packs that you can put on yourself to make your ability stronger, and it just so happens to
But-
be like their thing.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
JJK doesn't focus on it, and it does technically play a role in like the importance of the bigger versus the lesser evil.
Right.
But it
Like,
just
it's one of those
sucks.
that, like,
that
I
one
just-
scene they threw me off.
I
though.
could live without it.
That,
Yeah.
that was like I did not want to see
Like,
that
I
scene.
can
Like, when they're
just
just looking at it,
not-
like, no.
And like it's like things like that, like being a cosplayer. Like I'm never gonna cosplay her because
Nope.
like icky,
Yeah.
icky.
I don't get
Very
any
gross.
meme stands. There should be no meme stands.
Most of the community, from what I've seen, all
Dislikes.
agree that meme is gross.
Yeah.
You know who don't? It's typically men.
Yeah. Incels.
Yeah.
It's typically that type.
It's typically like men that I'm like that are like
We
getting
disagree.
followed.
Yeah, I was going to disagree with that. It was like, eh.
Right, in general, of course.
No, I'm
I
just
think
saying
that's
like
the
typically
majority
like
of the
they're the
fandom
only people who are
altogether.
like defending her a lot of
Yeah.
the time.
But she's hot. She can't be bad.
Just a character, guys.
Yeah, it's just a drawing.
It's
It's
just a
fine.
drawing.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can like the drawing and not like the character behind it, right?
She's not real.
It's okay, Chad.
Has anyone here watch Overlord?
I've
No.
heard of Overlord. That's one where he gets like stuck in something and like he looks
Yeah.
the way he does.
So basically, you guys,
doesn't
it
actually
was
look
like,
like
you
that.
guys watch it, you'll see this in the first episode. I mean, it doesn't throw me off at first, but then like later on the anime, it throws me off a little bit. So it's basically, yeah, he's in a video game, and they're about to shut down the game, and he's the leader of the biggest guild, clan, whatever you want to call it, in the game, and all his friends are logged out, and he's just waiting there for the game to just shut the servers down, and he's walking through the huge ass mansion, castle, whatever, the castle, and he goes into, because they're so good, like their characters are so OP, they have NPCs to protect the castle that they created. He can go and change the, like a D&D, like how they have background sheets and everything. He goes in there and changes the sheet of his brother's NPC, who's a servant, and instead of saying hates me, he's like, is madly in love with me.
Oh, no.
oh no, that's gonna take a turn.
And it does take a turn because, funny enough, when the server shuts down, he gets transported into the world. Everything's saved.
Oh, so it's stuck like that.
It's stuck like that,
Oh,
and he
no.
cannot change it since it's a real world now.
Oh, God.
And
Now your bro's madly in love with you.
that servant, which is Albedo, if anyone wants to look her up, is madly in love and is so lewd
Of
that I
course.
was like, oh, okay, shit.
Yep. It's one of those.
It's one of those where it has like a lot of fan service at the same time. The story and the fighting and the whole like background playing of like strategy and everything going on makes up for it
Yeah.
enough. But honestly, I was like,
But every
fuck.
time they're
hard
on
to
screen,
get
you're just
through.
like, okay, I'm on my
yeah,
phone.
I was like, yeah, but I'm like on my phone, trying not to watch it on the TV, trying to put it on the side a little bit. I'm like, all right, there's no one else coming into the room. I'm like, all right, I don't want anyone.
Parents walk in at the
Yeah,
wrong
like
time.
shit. Yeah, exactly. They're like the meme. The parents walk in the wrong time. You watch an anime, all the
Yeah.
fight scene. Parents walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His brother's on screen. Madly in love with him. They're like, what you watching?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's actually one of my favorite animes too. Overlord. It's really good. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
A huge turnoff for me though in anime. I want to say like we were saying, yeah, the incest. Hate it.
It just seems so unnecessary.
It is. I don't know what's with. I don't want to say Japanese, but like all the.
I mean,
I won't take
in
any
manga.
offense to anyone. I swear to God, I will not at all.
I'm sorry,
You
but
don't have to be sorry.
Like-
I see what you see, okay?
like that.
You're
Just
good,
there's
bro.
just a lot of incest and all this stuff.
Bro, tell me about it. It's
I'm like, some of them I don't remember
products
which
of their environment.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I was like, I don't know why. There is a lot of new anime that I've wanted to watch, but for some reason, there's a little bit of incest, I'm like, okay, I'm not watching this anymore.
You know what's another really big one though too that's very common is the large age gaps between characters.
I haven't seen that more recently.
So, harems,
Harem animes.
harem anime, holy shit. There was, I started watching it this a long time ago. Just trying to cover my ass right now. Long time ago. About this, I think it was a teacher, and for some reason, monsters started coming to the world. They're like different races, and for some reason, he ended up teaching a bunch of different monster girls. I'm like, okay. It was a good slice of life, kind of, but at the same time,
Just weird.
it started getting weird. I'm like, I'm gonna stop now.
At the risk of incriminating myself. Is
Yeah,
it Monster
because-
Musume?
Exactly. Because I was like, I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, it's getting weird. I'm gonna stop
I would
now.
regret saying that.
I was like, nope. Especially when this there was
Haven't even seen it. I've just seen, like, clips
There was like
here
a
and there.
horse one, and I'm like, oh no, get
Oh,
this
God.
away. I was like, I don't even want to
There
think
was a
about this.
mobile game that got really popular that people were making fun of on YouTube, but it was the same. It was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like my prince horse boyfriend.
I don't know this.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not me this time.
The horse with the like anime boy head.
Yes. It's a horse with an anime boy head, and the stable girl and him fall in love, and like you play the dating sim. It's so funny.
Horse girls everywhere are
I-
crying right now.
Pretty sure it was made as a joke, but like you really can't tell.
Makes me think of
There are some weird animes out there.
I will, and like, again, with Sailor Moon. I hate to bring up Sailor Moon again, but one of the things that they did that I will never understand for the anime, in the manga, Usagi, when she's not when she's in her like civilian form, she is a middle schooler. Like she's like 8th grade ish to like freshman. It pretty much goes from like 7th to like freshman
I
year.
mean, the target audience is younger.
Yeah.
That makes
Middle
sense.
freshman.
So
year,
like
yeah.
she's like 13, 14 throughout most of the
Discovering
series.
who she
Right.
is.
And
Makes sense.
Mamoru, who is Tuxedo Mask and Prince and Damien, so like her like husband for the future, and like he's like the supporting, like the main male. He's in college.
Oh Jesus Christ!
He's like 22, isn't he?
I think he's 18, but like he's like in his like first year of college.
So is this like an arranged relationship
No,
situation? Like
they're-
she plans on marrying him in the future because her parents said so, or
No, so like in the anime, she's like just knows him.
she just knows him. Just
Oh, so it's like a
And, like,
Marty
they
McFly and
at first
Doc
he
Brown
just
kinda
thinks she's like
situation.
immature, but then they do find out that like eventually they get married in the future, and then they just like accept it. And he's like, it's fine, and everybody does not bat an eye. But like in the original manga,
He's sitting at home. How is this fine?
it's just and it's so weird because in the original manga he was only 2 years older than her.
So there's no point in making
So there
him
was
older.
a choice that was
There was a
made
choice
There was a
that was made there.
That's a yikes.
Yeah,
That's
that is a big
awful.
yikes.
It's like they do those things for like attention almost.
Yeah, and like the first time I watched Sailor Moon, I was 4 years old, so I did not like catch that. But when I rewatched it, I was like, he just said he's in college,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she is in middle school.
Yup. What are your red flags?
Would also that be a
Oh, me?
direct translation problem?
No, because again, it's like in the manga, even the the translation of the manga, like it is.
I mean, you
it's not
can't
even if you
mistranslate
like
age.
right and
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay, true,
it's
true, true,
it's
true.
like if you watch it with the subtitles and everything, it'll still say like he's in college.
No.
That was a choice.
Yeah, it was quite literally just like a choice they made to make him like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say an anime red flag for me is predictable writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I can get through an entire season and I know what's going to happen in that season by, like, the second episode, I'm not going to watch another season.
Yeah.
It's like, the same thing's just gonna happen over again. They're taking
What are your
like,
examples?
I
I find Pokemon hard to get through because of that. Like, I'll watch an episode here or there, but
I know
I
Ash
find
is
it
gonna
hard to
win.
get through it. Yeah.
Ooh, what about the new one?
haven't watched.
I
that
haven't
yet.
watched the newest one.
It's
Is it good?
Yeah,
Not
it's
gonna
good.
lie, when
I'll
I was
pick up the
younger,
movies
I got
here
a
and
little
there.
bullied with Pokemon. So
Wait.
Ash Pokemon Junction.
Wait, what?
So for like the longest time, I didn't watch Pokemon or play
'Cause of-
Pokemon or anything like
Because-
that. Because my name's Asher, so people would call me like Ash Ketchum. Like,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, I have 2 Pokemon cards. Chill, bro. Like,
You want some more? I got,
oh
I
no,
got a
no,
lot
no.
of them.
I mean, like,
I'm sorry. I got
This
like
was
I got
years
like 3 book collections.
yeah, I had a decent amount one time, but I gave them away.
Yeah.
Oh well. I can't really think of many examples right now.
Because you just don't watch them.
I kind of, yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
fair. Well, I mean, yeah, if it's going to be fairly predictable, I'm not going to watch it. But, like, honestly, SAO, you could kind of predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found that with Sword Art
Like,
Online too.
in the beginning. And, like, the same thing, they did the exact same thing with Season 2. They did the exact same thing with Season 3.
That's true.
That's
It just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
humble opinion.
I think
right?
I
Like,
only
I'm not
watched
an
the first 2
expert.
seasons.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I don't think I watched season 3.
Season 3 is, like, the worst.
I honestly didn't even like finish watching SAO as until they finished making it for the simple reason that I was like, okay, this is so predictable now.
I
I
just
just
wanna
want
binge
to. I'll binge watch it in one sit. That way, I won't get pissed off of what happened.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I could not even finish the first season.
Aw.
Same
the
reason?
first season was pretty good though.
Yeah, I could not. I was like, it's just
The first season's, like, the only good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even towards the end, I will admit, it gets, like, a little
Pretty
weird.
predictable.
Yeah.
Oh, weird?
Well, weird because, like, they're
The-
still living in, like, a video game. And
I guess.
they have, like, a data daughter
yeah.
Who
I
just
guess that's weird.
disappears into uncompiled information.
Yeah,
somewhere,
that's
floating around.
confusing.
And then she somehow materializes in another game as a little fairy.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was a weird part. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I just accepted it. It's just one of those anime things.
You're like, you know what?
Fine.
I'll let it slide.
One of my favorite statements I say to people is just sometimes you have to let the anime.
Yeah.
Facts.
You just have to let it. You
That's
just
why you
have to
give
let
it,
the
like, at
anime.
least 4
Yes.
Because, like, in the beginning, they're, like, still figuring out how to hook you. And then by episode 4, if you're not hooked, they're out of ideas. Because they're in their story now. So.
Yeah.
So, kind of off of like the same topics we've been talking about with fan service and things like that, my big anime red flag is when it's just too much. Like, for example, I thought because I enjoyed JJK, I have been learning a lot about MAPPA, hearing a lot of news about MAPPA, and I heard that Yuri on Ice was actually made by MAPPA. And I was like, oh, I've heard good things about it. I know that it's like a little crazy, but like I'm okay with some queer focused
She
anime.
was like, Asher, do you want to watch Yuri on Ice with me? I was
Yeah.
like,
And
I mean,
Asher,
I've
did you
been
just know
taking-
I'm gonna let it happen?
I didn't even know, but like I could assume. But
There's 3 exclamation points, so I should have
Yeah.
known. But like, for
I
example,
say this with a full heart of love for Yuri on Ice. Like my best friend literally is cosplaying Yuri
Right.
for Anime Magic this year. But like,
I get it animation wise. Like the
Yeah.
couple of episodes I watched, which like I didn't make it past like episode 2 or 3.
I watched the first episode and I was like, I know exactly what kind of anime.
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought it
good.
would get tamer,
This-
and it didn't.
This is for you. This is not for me. And she's like, what? You didn't like it? And I was like, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just not for me. It's not made for me.
But like the animation was good. I can see why people really enjoy it. But like there was way too much man butt for me.
yeah.
I was
And
like,
it's
why?
literally like a grown up and he's a high schooler.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a little weird.
Like, and this man just stands up out of a hot spring fully undressed and he's like, I'm gonna coach you. And I'm like, nope, I'm good.
yeah, I was like, what is happening?
I'm gonna call the cops.
But like for example, I saw Free was one of the first animes I picked up myself like with no recommendation. And it has 1 exclamation point. And it definitely like has a little bit of like
Yeah.
riskiness here and there.
Because it
But
has 1 exclamation point, and then you go into 3 exclamation
yeah,
points.
that was too many for
Context.
me.
The amount of exclamation points at the end of an anime is the intensity of queerness that is in that anime.
Yeah, this is just a little bit too much for me.
That explains Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Yup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
2 exclamation
Yeah.
points.
That's the in between. Maybe I'll try to.
The middle ground.
A lot of people like Haikyuu.
Yeah,
so you probably
Haikyuu.
that
Like
one.
I like Haikyuu. So
Yeah.
honestly,
I liked Free, and I feel like I could try one more.
Add another exclamation point, please.
Food Wars. That's like 5 exclamation points right there.
Well, Food Wars is an entirely different class of exclamation pointage.
Did you make it all the way through Yuri on Ice?
Honestly,
What are your opinions?
I don't remember.
Is it like a
just
fever dream the
blackout.
whole time? Like, what am I even witnessing right now?
I watched it at an age I probably should not have.
Oh, that,
Right.
yeah.
That, I
that'll
mean,
do it.
I
that's when it
watched it
came
as,
out. We
like-
were too young.
Yeah, I watched it probably like late middle school, early high school
That'll
type
do
of
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I don't remember.
You were like, is this normal?
What?
I think the earliest conscious anime watch experience I have, other than like Sailor Moon, because I watched Sailor Moon like
All the
throughout
time.
my entire lifetime from the age of like 2 years old until I was, I'm 25 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
The first like conscious anime I remember watching is Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah.
So
So I tried to watch Hunter x Hunter, and it just got so slow. I
It-
couldn't keep going.
It did get slow. Yeah, it was
The-
so slow. at
yeah,
beginning.
you
I
had-
didn't get to the Chimera arc. I know
You
that
have
people
to
were
get
telling
there.
me I had to get to the Chimera arc, but like, listen, nothing was happening.
where did you stop? That's the true question.
Okay,
Because if you
so-
were in the tower, I completely understand.
So I got through the Hunter exam.
Yes.
That was cool. I got through.
Them going through that like training towers next.
Yeah.
So that's where they're learning how to use Nen.
Yeah, that was so,
So
slow
slow.
that like I think I stopped halfway through that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I think they like just finished like getting their money and like leaving the tower, and I was just like, I can't. Because I met
Probably
I
right
met the
when
old
Chimera
man.
arc begins.
I forget what his name is.
Was it Netero?
Yes,
Okay,
probably
yeah.
the guy who was like playing keep away with the ball with them.
Yes.
Yes, I met him. He was cool. The
Because
little-
that's at the end of the Hunter exam that he does that.
yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the little boy and the teacher guy,
Yeah.
Met them.
So that's in the tower.
and he like taught them how to use Nen. But like after they like fought all their battles and they were like, yeah, we got paid. We got all of our money now. We can go.
So
I
you
just
were
gave up.
like almost to one of the like best parts too. So if you ever do pick it back up,
We
they're
will.
about to essentially isekai essentially
Oh,
because they're gonna go in. They're gonna go into a video game.
that's
That's
sick.
a hunter. You have to be a hunter to get into the game.
Oh.
So that's what they were kind of start saving that money up for. They're gonna go. There's like a little short arc in between the two of them.
Because the boy lost his dad.
Yeah. So his dad
Made the game.
made the game.
Yeah.
So they're tracking down a copy of that game, and then they go into it, and they have to complete it so they can figure
I
out
knew
about
they were
Goen's
tracking
dad.
down a copy of it. I didn't know they were gonna go into the game.
Yes, they go
I thought
into
they were
the
just
game.
gonna play the game, and
So
I thought it
that's
was
how you
gonna be
play-
like
No,
an
so-
Easter egg in the game.
Yeah,
to give
no.
away
So
his
that's how they
location.
play the game. Is they
Yikes,
actually get
okay.
transported into the
Wow.
game.
I was so close. That's so just unfortunate.
there.
But like it was
So-
so slow. Like
I 10 out of it is my favorite anime of all time, and not because it's the best anime I've ever watched, but it's because
you've seen Attack on Titan, right?
yes,
Okay.
it is my favorite anime. Not because it's the best. Again, not because it's the best I've ever watched, but because like I just like there when you get through all of it, it makes it feel more worth it.
It's satisfying.
Okay.
And just like I like the development of it overall, especially with the Chimera Ant arc. I mean that alone, that season is 60 episodes.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, that's high on
Well,
my
when
priority
when
list.
she starts watching it, that means I'll have to watch the tower again.
Yes, you
Yeah.
will, and you'll get through it because we got through Shippuden, every filler episode. So we will do it.
Yeah, the filler episodes were rough in Shippuden, but she wanted to watch every episode.
I'm gonna say probably something very controversial. I did not even make it through the first season of Naruto.
Like Baby Naruto? Like
Yeah.
Any of it. I've tried both.
Okay. I can understand that. So Baby Naruto is a little rough. only because it was still discovering what it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it was a
Originally it was gonna be a food show.
Yeah.
But then they got like a lot of feedback about the ninjas, and they're like, we could do that. Do that. They made a mad amount of money.
Yeah.
Right. But once you. My favorite arc in Naruto is the pain arc, but you have to watch like all of Baby Naruto and half of Shippuden to get to the pain arc.
Yeah.
Which is like a lot. But it's only the best because of how much has happened leading them to that.
And I will say, I have tried on 5 separate occasions.
Okay. What is the furthest you've gotten?
You probably start at Naruto every time. You don't start in Shippuden.
I have tried starting through Shippuden one time.
I was about to say, because you could technically start in Shippuden and be fine.
Let me see if it'll tell me on my Netflix where I left off last.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Hold on.
What are your anime red flags while we wait?
Oh. I think one of my biggest ones is this is our 3,000-year-old goddess of the harvest, and it's like a 5-year-old girl.
Yes.
Just like, unfortunately, like ginormous boobs.
Yeah.
I can't.
The
can't do
lolly
that.
is way too much.
It's too, that and the what's the is it Shota? Like when
I-
it's like
Yeah, Shota.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, those two things I can't. When they're like little, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I can't do that. And then
Yeah.
I think it's
Japan's culture around kids is a problem, unfortunately. But I think that it's progressing. I'm not
shockingly,
seeing it
their
as often.
children
Yeah, it
are
doesn't show
incredibly
up as
responsible.
Yeah. But that's also they mature.
They kind of force that upon them to mature that quickly.
Yeah. That's
Also,
the
just to
issue.
cut in, episode 9.
oh wow.
Episode 9. Oh no.
Wow.
You know, I think they have like a list of.
They do have
the,
a
like,
list of episodes you can skip.
Yes,
so you
and I
skip
use
through all
that. I there's like an entire website, and I have used that website religiously for both Bleach and Inuyasha.
How essential have you tried any of the bleach filler? Because like that's another one of my high priorities.
Bleach filler is not necessary at all.
Okay.
You can skip the entire season. A good person to talk to about Bleach actually is Blagoya.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about Bleach next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of Blagoya's favorites. So
Sick. I want to watch that one too.
Yeah.
yeah, you can definitely skip the filler. Like a lot of the filler episodes, there are some, and it'll tell you if a filler episode actually has content to it or not. If
Oh,
you look
okay.
at the website, so there will be like ones that are like it'll almost say
Half
like
filler,
it'll
yeah.
say like half canon. So like there's an entire
You could watch
arc.
it if you want, but you don't necessarily have
Yeah,
to.
so like there's like an entire like in the middle of a season, there's like an entire chunk of episodes that like just randomly goes back and does Kisuke Urahara's backstory.
I like backstory.
And like that's not technically part of
That's like her whole thing.
the like canon, like if you were following the manga, but it's still like part of the story. So like that one, like I watched through all of that.
Yeah.
But like there's like episodes where like there's this one character and I can't remember what his name is right now, and I don't know why I can't remember what his name is right now, but he's essentially like a soul that's in a stuffed bear. And he
Oh,
just like
yeah, yeah.
takes over the there will be like a random episode where he's like, here's what these two side characters are doing, like in the middle, and you're like in the middle of like big battles, and you're
I
like,
kind of love that though, because Naruto does that a lot too.
That shit.
I hate it. I have to
hate
skip it every time.
Because I just like get me back to what I've been waiting for.
Because you know the reason why they do that? It's because the show catches up to the manga.
Yeah, so there's
And they wanna keep
actually
going.
there's
One
actually
Piece
an
does that
entire
too much.
there's an actual entire extra season of Bleach that is an arc that does not exist in the manga,
I
believe
kind of
that.
love that.
and it is
Yeah.
the worst season of Bleach.
I agree. Yeah.
And you can complete like
You
the
can just
second
stop.
I told Blagoya I was watching Bleach, he's like, "Don't watch it. Don't watch that season." I was like, "Okay, buddy."
Yeah, don't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. Are you all
I'm
caught
in-
up with Bleach?
No, I'm in. I think season 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got like a good 40 episodes in, maybe
Got like
50.
24, 25 episodes.
I think we got further than that.
I don't think so.
But we started it and enjoy it, but just have other priorities at the moment.
It's one that's. I feel like it's one that's good in doses. You can't like sit there and chug out the entirety of Bleach in one sitting. It's just
I
too
wish
much.
that she could chug out the entirety of AOT so we could be done by now and talk about
Oh
it. But
my
she has to do it in
gosh.
bursts, which I understand
Because
and
it's
is
a
totally
lot
fine.
emotionally and
It is. It is a
visually.
lot.
AOT is a very like it's gonna hurt you, but it's gonna hurt you good.
Yeah.
You know, like
I have not expected to cry this quickly, this much.
Yeah.
you've just started.
Did
Don't
Drew said anything about
Red
her?
flags?
Oh,
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my 3,000-year-old goddess that's in the body of a 5-year-old child.
Yeah.
I also, there's certain like styles of like animation that it's nothing that's like inherently like bad or like there's anything wrong with it, but there's just some like styles that like I'm sorry, I can't watch Full Metal Alchemist. I can't
Oh,
do
really?
it.
Wow.
The animation.
I can understand
I'm
it.
sorry.
I was like, wait, hey, I need to see Asher's face right now.
Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Do. I could probably do Brotherhood, but I can't.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
At least do that one.
I can do Brotherhood, but there's just the difference in the animation. I can't.
I can
can't
understand
handle
that.
it.
I can understand that, but Brotherhood is a must because Brotherhood is the canon one.
That's the
So
good one.
I could do
Because
that
they did
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist, and they made up their own ending because the manga didn't finish. So they finished it with what they thought would make sense.
That's my other red flag. Things that don't finish.
Yeah.
Like that D Gray Man. I know they like Claymore. I know they finished the anime and like the manga is finished, but
Tokyo Ghoul,
the
they
anime
finished.
totally separate. They like
Oh,
they cut
Jesus.
an entire time skip and they just make up their own ending.
Yeah.
Claymore redone.
But
I
they
want that.
redid
Yes.
Full Metal Alchemist when they made Brotherhood, and it has the actual manga ending in it, and it's way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth. It's worth.
I believe it. So many people have told me that. So,
So is it mostly
So good.
overlap in story? Like how does Brotherhood differ from Full Metal?
I mean, there's spoilers involved in the answer, so I won't
No,
give you the
just
full
tell me
answer.
if it's mostly
but, like,
overlap or
the
if it's not mostly overlap.
The first, like,
Are you like asking if you need to watch both? Is that what you're kind of asking?
you don't need to watch both.
I know that you can and it's very good to, but like is it mostly the same?
like
Most of the beginning is the
yeah.
same.
Okay. Like main plot points are fairly the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The setup is the same. The characters are the same. It's mainly just the ending that is different,
I see. That's interesting.
and how they get to the ending is different.
I just know the only thing I know about Full Metal is there's a very sad dog scene.
Oh no, I know that.
Oh.
That is the only thing that I know.
Everybody knows about that. Ed.
Which I think that you should warn people before they watch something like that.
I'll give you a trigger warning when the characters pop up.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be like, don't get attached.
Oh, what you guys want to do? Some anime updates? I just got some
Sure.
real quick.
Sweet.
So, franchises that are getting an anime, The Lord of the Rings, they're coming out with an anime movie that releases on December 13th.
It looks so good too. I don't know if you saw the trailer for it.
You
Happened
know that
yet.
Lord of the Rings invented D&D?
Yeah, D&D didn't exist before Lord of the Rings. Like
It's
that whole
all based
concept
off of
of a
Lord of the
quest.
Rings.
That's crazy
Also,
to me.
the wildest thing that just like Lord of the Rings out of nowhere getting different types of adaptations because it also just has a stage adaptation that's going on at the Chicago Shakes right now.
That's crazy.
Oh, crazy.
That's
I'm gonna
wild.
have to check it
I
out.
mean, Lord of the Rings like built so much of like what I'll call nerd culture today.
It's the backbone of fantasy,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, for real. Tolkien's a genius.
Another franchise, Scooby Doo, the new anime inspired series.
I've unfortunately given up on Scooby-Doo after Velma came out.
That doesn't count. Mindy Kaling never even watched the show.
Oh my
She
God.
made the show.
No, she never. I don't think she ever watched the original Scooby Doo.
Oh, yeah. I believe that.
Yeah, no,
I 100% believe
if she
that.
would have just like left Scooby Doo alone and just made her stupid show, like,
Yeah, that would've been
sorry,
fine.
But like,
But at the same time, like, also the Scoop movie disappointed me because they didn't even tell Matthew Lillard about it.
Oh,
you
wow.
can't. That's
Yeah, you
He's
can't
been
just
Shaggy in everything.
like,
since
ever.
like
Most
ever.
of his career,
Yeah.
he's been Shaggy. And, like, he finds out that it's a movie when it hits theaters, like, is a huge betrayal, in my personal opinion. So I've kind of just, like,
stepped back.
as a fan of, like, the original, I feel like my time is done. You know? I love what I love.
Yeah.
and
Also,
I don't need
it's-
to love anything new.
with it saying that it's an anime inspired series too.
Yeah.
I feel like the closest thing we've gotten to like a good like newer age adaptation of Scooby-Doo that kind of steps away from like its origins. I'm not gonna lie, was Mystery Incorporated. It was good if you ever
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I
Just look
am
into
really upset at myself.
Uh-oh.
So do you any of you guys watch Black Butler? I can't remember.
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
watched like one season of it. That's it.
So I saw months ago this trailer for season 4. They got picked up by another studio, increased the budget crazy. Like the trailer looked wild. I was so excited about it. It came out in April. It's on Crunchyroll right now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I'm so mad.
It's gonna happen a lot with anime, just so you know.
Yeah,
you're gonna
'cause it
find
comes
out.
and then it
Especially
just-
because like Crunchyroll doesn't really advertise that stuff's going on. Like I literally looked at, like, what was it that I told you earlier? Tower of God.
Tower of God, yeah.
Yeah, Tower
I
of
didn't,
God's
I didn't,
going on.
yeah, I didn't know the new one came out.
Okay, I did see that.
Yeah.
That was very good.
yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was
unless
looking up
you're
the
on-
release date for it. to
Yeah,
talk
unless
about
you're
it, but-
on Crunchyroll like every single day
You'll
and
just
see
miss
it
it.
pop up, you 9 times out of 10, unless you are like watching for those
I
release
even
dates.
have it on my list, and it didn't give me like a notification or
Oh my
anything. I was
like
like,
I
I have never liked Crunchyroll. I'm just gonna say that I tried paying for it for a while, and we pay for it now because we watch a lot of anime together.
Of course, I paid
But-
for Crunchyroll. Come on.
When I was first starting to watch anime, I tried paying for it for a couple months, and I was like, "This is so hard to navigate." You couldn't use it on your phone for a really long time.
I will say they've made huge improvements in it, especially in the last like 6 months.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
notifications don't
The
work.
merger with Funimation, I think, is what
It took
kind
a
of
toll
Yeah.
for sure.
kind of did it. Like, especially now, the worst thing that I always had complaints with it was I share mine with Allie. We both like split the cost of it, and until 2 months ago, you couldn't have profiles
oh yeah,
where people could watch separate profiles.
really?
So if me and her both watch a lot of the same animes, so like we'd be watching the new season of My Hero, and I'd be like,
You gotta
What-
restart the episode.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what episode did I leave off on? I don't know. What episode did you leave off on? Like, because it would be the same exact like video log essentially.
That
Jeez.
sucks.
Jeez.
Yep.
My biggest complaint with Crunchyroll is that they dim episodes.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of the meat of the episode. They're just
During
like,
the fight
oh, we're going to
scenes.
turn the brightness down like 30%.
Yeah.
yeah.
That and the other thing that bothers me a lot is I have issues with audio processing. And so usually when I watch any type of media, I have to watch with subtitles, regardless of if
Dub or
it's
sub, yeah.
because I can't process the audio
Live.
live a lot of the time. So I read the subtitles with it, and if you're watching it in dub, a lot of the dubs don't have subtitles available on them.
Yeah, like when you go to change it, like there isn't an English closed caption. If you
or
do
if
that,
you have
it
it,
switches
or
to
if
sub.
you have it turned on, it still won't show them.
Yeah.
Really?
There's very few animes that are available on Crunchyroll that have it where you like My Hero has it available, which is nice because
Something to know when you start Suicide Squad. I mean, I guess it's different because it's on Max, but it lets you do dub
Yeah.
and subtitles at the
which
same time. 'cause I'm the
I've
same way.
never had the issue with any other service other than Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Gotta get on.
That is something that I don't like as well because, like again, I love Dragon Ball and I love watching it in all 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Japanese. And in Japanese. They don't have all the dub, the Latin American dub. They only have the English and the Japanese one. They don't have the Latin American dub, and that has been dubbed out for the longest time ever. And even Spanish, like from Spain, they hear the Latin American dub and they're like, yeah, that's way better than the Spaniard one. So I don't know why they haven't added to it. I was like, why? It's right.
It could be issues with like rights from studios.
Yeah.
Royalties
So
and
like
stuff
because even with certain animes that are like on Crunchyroll right now, there are certain seasons that don't have it. So big example
Yeah, I was gonna say,
is
the movies have them. It's just that the
like for example, Vinland Saga. If you watch Vinland Saga and dub,
another one we need to watch.
Yeah.
you have if you're gonna watch it in dub, you have to watch the first season on Netflix because Netflix had the rights for the first season, but Crunchyroll took it over after the first season. So they're the ones who dubbed it, but there's no dub available for first season from Crunchyroll, and then you can't watch the dub on Netflix
oh, wow.
in the second season. So you have to switch platforms to watch
Wow.
it.
Well, they're just losing money then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really big anime news. You're going to be excited for Asher. that Rick and Morty anime is coming out in August 15th.
Let's go.
So that's coming up soon.
I love Rick and Morty.
That's going to be on Max. So that's exciting.
I hate Justin Roiland though.
Do you guys like video games?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. Some people don't.
Hate
Another franchise that are getting anime, Sekiro.
Sekiro died twice.
Yep, Sekiro and Elder Ring.
Yeah, I did hear
Yeah,
that
I
Elden
heard-
Ring is getting an
Yeah.
anime. I mean, there's so much lore to that game. I'm surprised it has taken this long to make some sort of show about it.
Genshin Impact
I didn't play
is
that
also
one.
getting an anime, and I know this is gonna be a little big in the Latin American community. Free Fire. So Free Fire is basically pretty much like PUBG/Fortnite, and you can play it on pretty much any phone.
I'm so disappointed in what Fortnite has become. I
Well,
played that game
are you talking
before
about the
it was-
Cybertruck?
No, I played Fortnite before it was publicly available. I played the alpha of Fortnite.
Okay.
Before Battle Royale even existed, when it was just Fortnite Save the World, which was their original intended game, and it was really good. It's basically like a PVE version of the game where you like build your own base and you have like sentries and towers like guard your base from the storm, and that's like creating monsters and stuff that's coming to break your base.
Kind of like Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah,
style.
in a way,
but yeah,
in
yeah.
a way. And then like PUBG came out, and Fortnite was like, "Oh my God, we got to capitalize on this right
Yeah,
now."
everyone-
And then Battle Royale came
Yeah.
into existence, and like I played for a while. I played until like Chapter 2, Season 2, and then I was like, I kind of hate this game now. Like, it's constantly changing, and that's not what I want from a game.
I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. I only played it the first season, just because my friends were playing. But the building, I hated the building and
scared of
shooting.
building.
I was like, I can't do this.
I have
My
very
wrists
ambidextrous
hurt.
fingers.
I'm
so,
old. My wrist hurts. I cannot do this.
Yeah,
I
plus
know.
of card magic and Rubik's cubes to do that.
Yeah. I know I was telling Mac about it before. Have you guys seen the trailer for Don to Don?
Yes,
I know you
because you
have.
showed me.
Yes. No, you should
looks
look
pretty
it up.
good.
It's coming out in October. It's an anime where they're doing. It's like two high school students, one girl, one guy. One believes in ghosts but not aliens. The other believes in aliens but not ghosts. They go on a quest to prove each other wrong and end up both being right. And then get like transported to this different, or I don't know if they get transported
No,
or
they
if
just find out that they're both right.
They just find out that they're both
aliens
right,
and
and
ghosts
then they have
both
to start
exist,
fighting them.
and they have to deal with both of them.
Yeah. And it looks funny and quirky, but like the animation is so
High quality.
What's it called again?
good.
Dawn
Dawn
to
to
Dawn.
Dawn.
Dawn to Dawn.
So it's like Dan, D-A, Dan, but all one word.
Dawn.
But it's like a really highly acclaimed manga right now, and it's like one of the most anticipated. Like it's going for anime of the year. But that should be coming out in October.
This is more like a comic. Naruto and Ninja Turtles crossover comics. Mm-hmm. They're coming out on
I love
October.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles. That was like my shit when I was growing up.
And for anyone that likes soccer, Blue Lock Season 2 will be airing out on October 5th.
I've heard very good things about Blue Lock.
Blue
I've
Lock
not
is
watched it, though.
really, really good.
And they did I saw they did another season of Blue Exorcist, which is shocking because that's been out for a long time. I'm surprised
Yeah,
they're still.
that was actually one of the first ones I started watching back in high school when I
Yeah,
first
season
started
3's
watching
out
it.
now.
Yeah, I started watching it. I need to catch up on it
What
actually.
a gap to wait for.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
probably
that was
got
a
picked up
huge
by
gap.
another studio.
I just want them to
Animation still
redo
feels the
Tokyo
same though,
Ghoul
so I think it's the
bad.
same one.
Like I wish the thing about Tokyo Ghoul coming out was a redo, but it's not.
Yeah,
just
when they
need them
when
to
I
redo
saw
it.
that.
I need them to redo it.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
agree.
awful. It's
Have
awful.
they said what it is, or it's just something different?
I mean, we don't
Or
necessarily
does nobody
know.
care because it's not a remake?
I haven't been looking into it.
If
very
it's
much
not a
'cause
remake, it's just not worth it.
because you got to finish your original story properly. Like,
Right.
come on now. But
I think I
Yeah.
watched like 2 episodes of the 3rd season. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
so it's okay.
Yeah.
If you like the universe and the story, and it has a conclusion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For the record, I have partially read the manga, so like I was just like
It's
turned
a
off-
very
yeah.
big difference.
Yeah, so I was turned off of it instantly.
Yeah.
That's another
I-
huge anime turn off is if it strays way too far.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't read all of the manga, but I watched all 3 seasons, and I still love Tokyo Ghoul. So
Yeah.
they didn't like destroy it, but you could tell that like this is way different than what we were just watching.
Yeah, no. So I definitely think the first 2 seasons like worth it for me, but like I just like could not
Fantastic.
like third season I just pretend doesn't exist. And I'm like it just
Yeah,
ended
like
after the
episode
second
1,
one.
you're like Heisei, and you're like, that's not. Wait, what?
Where did-
Yeah.
Who's
You're like
who's Heisei?
you said where did Ken go?
Yeah. Where's my Kaneki? Where's he at? What's happening right now?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, my name's Heisei. I'm like, no, it's not. And my roommate Arthur, who had showed it to me, he was like, you just got to get through it.
Just keep
He'll
going.
figure it out. You gotta trust. And then like 7 episodes later, you're like, so when is he gonna like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is it gonna happen? And then like 2 episodes, you're like, okay, finally. And
It
then
took a long
ends,
time.
like 3 episodes.
Yeah, it took
Yeah.
a long time for them to be okay. This is what happened.
Yeah. But you don't have to remake the whole thing. Just that one season. I'll at least be a little satiated. But
All right, forward.
I don't have the budget for it, so
Yeah.
I can't pay anybody to do it, unfortunately.
I was thinking for the next episode, what should we? Like, we're still watching.
My homework is Ghost Stories.
Oh yeah, your homework
Dope.
is
That
Ghost
is yeah,
Stories.
Asher's
I have
homework.
it open on my browser, so when I go to browse for something the next time, I'll see it open. I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta look at that. And then eventually I will indeed look at that.
We're gonna keep watching AOT and some more. I'm gonna start that new season of Black Butler now.
Yeah.
Now that I know about that, that's gonna be good.
Okay, we'll talk more about
AOT
AOT, Black Butler. If
Yeah.
that's the case. I'll catch up on it too then.
More Cyberpunk
Sweet.
for Steven.
Yes.
More Cyberpunk for Steven.
Steve.
And Suicide Squad for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll have to catch up on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll get Blagoya on it too.
Yeah. It's been a good time.
Blagoya's homework is to show up.
Yeah, Blagoya's homework is to show up next time.
Granted, he didn't show up to work either, so it wasn't just us he ditched.
Oh.
Well, technically he ditched me twice because I was alone at work because of him.
Wow. We'll be sure to ream him out for it when he's here next time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I already was like, if he showed up today, I think I would have been more mad that he was here than not coming up to this.
thought he was gonna
That's
call out
probably
Joe.
why he didn't show up. He was like,
'cause I
oh,
told-
Max is going to be there.
I told Maddie, I was like, I'm going to give Blagoya so much hell if he shows up to the podcast, but he didn't show up to work.
It's probably a smart move on his part.
Yeah.
He fears me.
All right, so that's it. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching.
We're good.
And we'll see you next time on the anime panel.
Sweet.
All right.